A new year is the perfect time for all of us to reset our bodies and reset our minds.
It really is. And for Ashton Kutcher, that meant an emotional conversation about his twin brother, Michael, who has cerebral palsy. Ashton revealing how watching his brother suffer caused him to consider the unthinkable.
I'm like, how do I get to be this lucky? And for my brother to have, like, be born with cerebral palsy, then have a heart transplant, then have this random blood clot.
When his brother got sick at a young age and started to say he needed a heart transplant, Ashton went to his parents and said, take my heart. And he said it truthfully. He really wanted to give it to his brother.
He looked at me and he said, every time you feel sorry for me, you make me less. And he said, this is the only life I've ever known. So stop feeling sorry for the only thing I have.
Ashton's startling confession: he considered jumping off a balcony to end his life and save Michael's when the two were just 13 years old. Decades later, the memory of watching his brother flatline while waiting for a donor is still emotional.
And they're like, you gotta get that, and they're grabbing me and they take me out. And I'm like, what the hell is going, like, so it
The 44-year-old father of two also shares intimate details of his own near-death experience in The Checkup with Dr. David Agus, streaming now on Paramount+.
I woke up one day and was having vision issues, could hardly see, and I couldn't walk.
It came to a point where Mila called me and said, Ashton is just, he's not saying things that make sense. And he actually ended up losing his eyesight, his hearing, and the blood vessels in his brain had an autoimmune reaction called a vasculitis.
It looked like my appendix was being choked by endometriosis, and they found a tumor in there.
Amy Schumer uses humor to open up about her numerous health struggles, including pregnancy complications, a hysterectomy, and an appendectomy last year.
After a C-section, nothing really feels, to me, like that big of a deal.
Amy also reveals a battle with trichotillomania, a form of OCD where patients pull out their own hair.
It's still humiliating and shameful. I still struggle with it.
You're still doing it?
Mm-hmm. Luckily, I have hair extensions, and it's the only reason I can be on camera.
Other stars not holding back: Jane Fonda, who recently announced her remission from cancer and talks about her recovery from a past eating disorder.
If I had it to do over and it was nowadays,
Right.
I'd probably go to a 12-step program or something.
Nick Cannon explained the despair felt when he lost his 5-month-old son Zen to a rare form of brain cancer just over a year ago.
That last weekend, I kind of knew this is probably going to be the last weekend. Luckily, we did everything from the sunrise and going to the beach and, the sunset. I'm grateful for that.
In October, Zen's mom, Alyssa Scott, announced they're expecting another child together. Nick has also been dealing with his own health struggles. Last month, Nick was hospitalized with pneumonia. He also battles the autoimmune disease lupus, which nearly took his life.
He went into kidney failure and had a blood clot in his lung, and several times came close to dying from them. Once he learned, he's preventing them, and he's in remarkable shape now.
Oprah is hoping to inform others about the sometimes terrifying symptoms of menopause.
I was severely palpitating. And every night I have journals filled with, I don't know if I'll make it till the morning. I thought I was gonna die every single night.
This is a natural transition, so she's heroic to be so vulnerable with what she went through.